Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Make Your Point podcast, hosted by me, Chris Henderson. Today, on this special day, this is a special episode, is a Martin Luther King. Today, I'm going to take several quotes from Martin Luther King, discuss a few about them, and then give you my breakdown at the end. Let's jump right into this. So, the first quote I have from Martin Luther King is, "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." And what does this mean? To me, this means that not only a formal education, books, math, science, English, and those things are important, but also with that addition of what you know, the morals, the ethics that you brought up, makes you educated, makes you true education. You can have all the degrees in the world, you can be the highest education in the world, but education and your morals need to come hand in hand for you to be truly blessed with knowledge. The next one is, "All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with painstaking excellence." Now, what does this mean? That means that no matter what you do, if you're a teacher, construction worker, food worker, it uplifts humanity. It serves a purpose for humanity, and that you should do it with excellence. And you should be praised for excellence, because everyone needs everyone in this society. No matter how little the task is, no matter how large the task is, no matter how much the task pays, right? Uplift each other, give each other dignity, and that we can move forward in excellence. The next quote: "Rarely do we find men who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. There is an almost universal quest for easy answers and half-baked solutions. Nothing pains some people more than having to think." And the idea is, look in the world we live today. Technology, fast, quick. I wouldn't even say efficient, just fast, quick is what we're living in today, and what the young people are bringing up today. And where we have to sit down, discuss, think, come together, rethink, compromise, put together ideas that are going to last for stronghold. That's going to last for lifetimes, right? No quick and easy answer is going to last for a lifetime. If you are trying to work out, a magical pill is not going to do it, right? You have to put in the work in a consistent basis over time in order for you to get into shape. The fourth quote: "Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend." Doing this podcast on my own and just expressing how I feel, just expressing my thoughts and words down on vocals and sending out to other people, there's always people that disagree, and there's always people that dislike what I say or even hate what I say. They do not know me as a person, but they hate what I say. And I combat that with love. I'm not here to spread disinformation. I'm not here to spread hate. I'm not here to try to push my thoughts onto other people. I'm just using this platform to express how I feel, and hopefully I can get others to open their minds and to think beyond their own spectrum, their own world, their own view, into a view of somebody else, including myself. Number 5, we must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. There is some good in the worst of us and some evil in the best of us. When we discover this, we are less prone to hate our enemies. We have to understand that forgiveness is lifted upon all of us. In a split second, you can become friend to foe, and you can become foe to friend. And that forgiveness is the path through change. Forgiveness is a path through love. Forgiveness is the path to create everyone on an equal balance, and where we are brothers among this world that we live today. Number 6, everybody can be great. because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. Not everyone is educated, but everyone has the ability to put their heart out there, to serve others, and to do what is asked upon them in a graceful manner, in an uplifting manner, in a humble manner, right, and through integrity. And though, no matter how smart you are, no matter how much you may know or may not know, that ability to serve, that ability to be directed by others and show love through your service makes you appreciated and makes you love and makes you valuable to this world. The last thing I want to talk about is very important because when you think about Martin Luther King, everybody quotes, misquotes, or takes sections of quotes from his most famous speech, I Have a Dream. But you have to remember, throughout his life and at the end of his life, right, he was not a liked man, right? The world, I wouldn't say the world, well, the United States, majority of the people in the United States was against him, was against his message, was against his ideas. And so he was hated. He was loathed. He had his if you took a poll and the people that liked Martin Luther King during his time of his life, it was minimal. And through it all, right, he was assassinated. He was killed. That's how much they disliked this man, is that they put together a plan to kill him, to murder him. Not only that, this last part I want to talk about is his letter from Birmingham jail. And you think about that. This man today has a holiday. Today is loved. Today is quoted from every side, left, right, conservative, liberals, in between, mixed. But one of his most powerful speeches was written from a jail, was written inside of a jail. And that's how much people loathe him. That's how much people dislike him, that he was put in jail for his thoughts, his beliefs, his actions towards justice and equality for all. And what I want to say is that on Martin Luther King should not just be celebrated in the beginning of January. It should be celebrated every day of the year. His message should be pressed forward and passed through every day of the year and passed down from generations to generation, because everyone is trying to move towards that same goal. Although we have different ideas to get there, although we have different plans to get there, although we have different methods to get there, our goal is all the same. And that Martin Luther King, a man loved today, quoted today by all, should be celebrated not only today, but should be celebrated every day of the year. Now let's look at several quotes that he wrote from the letter of Birmingham jail. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Meaning that if you see injustice, if you see wrongness, if you know there's wrong in the world, and it may not affect you directly, it will eventually affect you indirectly. And it's your job as a moral citizen to stand up, to fight along, to fight with those that are trying to fight justice everywhere. We all need to be 100% equal. If we're not all equal, right, then we're not all the same. We're not all treated the same. And eventually, once again, you may turn from friend to foe, foe to friend, if we're not on all that equal stage, that equal platform. The next quote, this is a little bit longer one. I must make two honest confessions to you, my Christian and Jewish brothers. First, I must confess that over the past few years, I have been gravely disappointed with the white moderate. I almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in his stride toward freedom is not the white Christian counselor or the Ku Klux Klaner, but the white moderate. who is devout to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace in which is the absence of tension to a positive peace which is the presence of justice, who constantly says, I agree with you in the goal you seek, but I cannot agree with you in the methods of direct action, who paternally believes he can set the timetable for another man's freedom, who lives by a mythological concept of time, and who constantly advised the Negro to wait for a more convenient season. Shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will. Lukewarm acceptance is much more bewildering than outright rejection. And this right here is powerful, powerful message, powerful quote in itself. Those that say, it's not the right time to kneel, for those that say that it's not the right time to protest, that it's not the right platform to protest. How can you say that? Because my life, no matter how long, how short it is, right, is important. And am I supposed to wait 5, 10, 15, 30, 50, the end of my lifetime, or the end of my grandchildren's lifetime, to get and seek equality? No man should put another man's time of equality or justice beyond theirs. And that's why we should all fight to be the same, to have justice everywhere. And the idea that order is one of the things that stops us from progress, right? And I believe in everyone, and everyone has moral and strong ethics in what they believe in. That they know from right from wrong. That they know if that two people do the same crime and both are convicted and both have different sentences, that's not right. But what stops us from changing is breaking that order, right? Breaking that order. We know the system that we live in today here in America. We know the order that things go in, and we know right from wrong. But breaking that order and making the necessary changes in that order to bring equality, to bring justice, is where people are timid, where people fail. They don't want to see it. That step, that progress, that fight to make change is the hard one, right? If you're overweight, if you're trying to get bigger, if you're trying to get stronger, if you're trying to get ready to run a 5K, if you're trying to learn an instrument, or if you're trying to sing a new song, right? The first step and that practice is the hardest part, right? You want to get there. You know that the goal is there. The goal is right around the corner. You know how to start. You know the steps to start. But it's that everyday grind, that everyday you get up and practice, that change that you have to make in your life in order to be good, in order to be great, is the problem that we have here today in America. And I agree 100%, because some things you don't want to change. Some things you want to just pass off. That's the way how it is. But in order for us to progress as a society, in order for us to progress as a nation, in order for us to progress together, we must work together. We must not just stand on the sidelines and let day by days go by, months and months, years go by of the same injustice, the same routine, right? Change is now. Start change now. And the start of change to now, how difficult it may be, how inconvenient it may be, in the long run, in your lifetime, in your kid's lifetime, your grandkid's lifetime, it'll be all worth it. I thank you for your time. I bless it for another day. This is season 1 special, Martin Luther King. And as always, quoted from him, from his favorite, I have a dream. Keep that dream alive. Keep your hearts open, your minds open. Keep educating yourself, and understand through it all, we are equal in man. We just have to fight to receive that equality from each other. Thank you, and God bless.